Hey everybody, so this video will more than likely be the last video I post of the year. However, wanted to come on here real quick and I and I have seen a total of 8 shows this year during the year of 2024, and I'm going to talk about every single one of them that I got to see. That I got to see of them. Okay, starting with back in February, the first show I saw of the year. I had originally posted a review of this then at the time, but literally no one watched it, so I took it down, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents here. I saw Hamilton at the Fox, and quite frankly, I absolutely am beyond thrilled and blessed that I got the chance to see it live. And well, what else can you say? There's a reason it's so popular. It's Hamilton, and was a good show to start the year off with. All right, shortly after that, I got the chance to see at my local theater, well, one of my 2 local theaters, which I'm blessed to live in a town that has 2 community theaters. I got to see a community production of Anastasia, which I didn't really have that much background with Anastasia. Like, of course I knew the John Bluth movie, so I knew Journey to the Past, but that was the only thing I knew of it. And honestly, seeing it live, it's an amazing show. If I ever get the chance to see it again, I would love to. But then after that, at the other theater in my town, I got to see Rapture Blister Burn, which is basically a show about a woman who runs a community college class with several different women of different generations, basically comparing and contrasting like their generation, and with also a love triangle story. It's a whole thing. Like, you'd have to be able to see it to understand the whole thing. But I'd recommend, if someone ever puts it on again, I would recommend getting the chance to go and see it. Then after that, I got the chance to see Terillium, which is a show about a woman who and her granny who both practice witchcraft, and also is about a love story and a feud because the main character's best friend, also likes the person, and he ends up falling in love with the main character, and it's a whole thing. So yeah. And then shortly after that, I got the chance to see the Book of Will, which is basically the show about how a dramatized version of how all of the scripts of William Shakespeare got published and how they all still survive. Basically, the story of how they got the books published. And quite frankly, I actually loved the show. And this was probably one of my favorites of the year. I'm not even gonna front. This probably was. And then after that, then a few months later, I got the chance to see Sweeney Todd at the which gotta say, like, I knew what Sweeney Todd was, but I hadn't ever took the chance to listen to anything from the show. But I have to admit, I absolutely adored it, and like, I knew it was gonna be good, but I just didn't know how good. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad I bought it. Like, I literally bought the tickets like last minute, like the day before the performance. Like, that is very last minute ticketing. but it was worth it. And then, this month, I got to see 2 shows. One was Jesus' birthday party at the Uwharrie Baptist Church, which they didn't have any flyers or anything like that, so I made my own. And honestly, it was pretty good for a kid's Christmas pageant play. And honestly, it was theater that I didn't have to pay for, which is always nice. And this last one is a show that I actually just got back from seeing, like not even 15 minutes ago. So, which is a fairy tale Christmas Carol, and yes, the name's exactly what you think it would be. The name is exactly what you think it is. It's the Big Bad Wolf is Ebenezer Scrooge. Prince Charming is his worker. Jack and the Beanstalk is his nephew. Hansel and Gretel are the co-workers' children, and of course, the little match girl is Tiny Tim, and various other things. If you ever get the chance to see this version, it's honestly adorable, and it was only an hour long, like one act, and honestly, it was very camp, and probably what British people think of. This is probably the closest thing I've ever seen to a British pantomime, and quite frankly, I absolutely adored it. It was adorable, it was cute, and I'm glad I spent the $20 on the ticket. I will say. So that's basically all the theater I got to see this year, and I think my top 3 shows of the year had to probably, well, my top 4 I should say. My top 4 of the year, in no particular order, would have to have been Hamilton, obviously, Anastasia, The Book of Will, and A Fairy Tale Christmas Carol. So, because those were the 3 that I enjoyed. Those were the 4 that I enjoyed seeing the most. So that's going to be probably it for the year, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year, and I will see you in 2025. Bye.